How you guys doing? It's been a while. I am back here in Kigali, but I just wanted to do this video to actually update you guys on what I've been doing for the last few weeks. Beginning with the fact that I am now officially Rwandan. I had not held a Rwandese passport or a Rwandese identification ever since I was a little child. Just the other day, as I went for my identification, I realized I was going home, and I began thinking about how you see people who cry, especially during the national anthem, and it never, at that, like in my entire life, that never meant anything. I never understood why people cry during the national anthem, because there was no connection for me and my country, and so because of that I never really had any emotions to it, and I never understood why other people did. But for the last month or so that I've been here, just the idea of being home alone was enough to realize that, but also to see, to finally hold your own identity, knowing that you're home has been one of those things for me, where I'm able to appreciate everything that comes with being able to have some patriotism in terms of what you do, how you walk, what you think, the life as you have it. And so it's incredible. There's a lot of things that are tough to explain. It's one of those things that you have to live to understand. Like the first time I walked here in Rwanda, just breathing, just the air alone felt different. One of the things that I say is that I don't like to give my opinions on things, because I'm a person that likes to think about things. I'm a person that likes to analyze things, and so for the last month or so I've been analyzing, really thinking, looking at the country, where it's at, where it's been, where it's going, and also of course that has to do with the project, the documentary that I'm working on. But generally just analyzing the country and seeing the energy and feeling the love, something which I can easily tell you for 20 years I didn't see. You don't get to see the kind of love that is here, where we're from. There is love, of course, in Canada, but it's not the same. It's like having the love for your friend and the love for your mother or the love for your child. You will never compare those. You just know one is good and the other one is good, and how they measure up is just only how you feel and how you experience it. And so for me, being able to hold that identification and being able to say once again that I am Rwandan. Of course, I've always been Rwandan, but sometimes it's through actions, it's through what you do that shows who you are, rather than who you are by connections or by relations. And so I am proudly Rwandan. So I'm going to have dual citizenships, Canadian and Rwandan. And so I am Rwandan Canadian. That is my new title. I should actually patent that one, because I think no one has used it before, but that's what I am. I am Rwandan Canadian from now going forward. I always have been, not officially though. And so through that, I'm able to also see the healing that is taking place here, and being able to understand, not just from the post-traumatic stress disorder, which is the angle that I'm coming from, but from the other struggles that you find here, and realizing that every one of those struggles, there is always somebody who has taken their time, their resources to make it their own, and to take their part in this movement, and to making Rwanda the great nation that we're trying to become, in terms of really realizing the visions of 2020 and 2050. I'm continuing, of course, to talk to young entrepreneurs. Like the other day, I was at K-Lab. K-Lab is an experiment, sort of an experiment that the government has put together in terms of trying to build an equivalent of Silicon Valley here in Rwanda. What they are building is going to be called Smart City, and K-Lab is the beginning of that. And just me being able to speak to people who began there, who have successes, you get to see just the actual people doing these things. and I am able to talk to them and see the effects. And most of what I do, what helps me a lot is the fact that I had taken time to research a lot of these things. I never really look at what's taking place alone. I always project or predict what's coming, and that's what helps me, because I never really get caught up in the things that are happening right at the particular moment. I'm always trying to see where this can go, because that's what the country is doing. And that's what I hope we, the young people here and in diaspora, can do. Look at what we are doing here and what we're going to be doing. Because it's what's going to be happening that you're going to be taking part in. What's happening now is too late for you, but it's what's going to be happening. Looking and thinking and realizing that there is a place where this nation is going to go. And so you can jump in and be a part of that. And so Caleb was incredible. I plan to be going back because the door is open. People, they are welcoming. They say, come in, you have an idea, pitch it, talk to people, see how the young people are working on making sure that technology, Rwanda is the hub of tech in East Africa and eventually Africa. And so I want to be able to see that. Also, I want to take a part in what's taking place there. We are obviously still working on interviewing more people on the documentary. And by the time it's said and done, you're going to love what you see. You're going to see Rwanda that many people don't get to see. You know, we are used to seeing the images of 1994. We're used to hearing the troubles in Africa, but we're not used to seeing a nation coming from the gutter to where Rwanda is at today. And so that's what I hope to show you in this documentary, along with my journey, the work, and obviously me being here after 20 years. So we are continuing to do that as well. But going back to feeling and being home and being able to look at the country that you come from and be part of that and realize that you took 20 years to get here. It's tough, you know, because I keep asking myself, obviously, I struggled with it after a while. You know, for the first 10 years, I was wondering, you know, definitely I'm not going back. That was where I was in 10 years. The first 10 years after I left here. But then the last 10 years had been, how do you get back? You know, every year you keep saying, I'm going. Every year you keep telling your parents, your mother, I'm going. Every year you keep saying this, that, and the other. And you never do it. Why? And now looking at it, realizing all those emotions that I went through. I mean, the answer, I do have the answers to why I didn't come, but it's tough to put it in words. How much time that has been, 20 years. And then being here and seeing what I have been missing, it's incredible. Realizing how much you miss. The people, the environment, the culture, the tradition, the foods. I mean, it's endless, and all you had to do was just, you know, pick up and get up and just get going, you know, just get going. And that's why this is more important to me than anything else, that you can be stuck in your mind, that your mind can force you to do things where you think to do one thing, but when you do the actions, it's the opposite. That was me for 20 years. Yes, I went through the hard times for 5 years, but it took me 20 years to go from here to, you know, all the journeys that I took, whether it was in Kenya, all in Canada, all the way to one day realizing I needed to come back home. The mind tricks that you go through and not being able to find the right path, the right journey, the right walk. That is why I did the walk. I did the walk because I understood the magnitude of what that was for me, the heaviness of it, something that no doctor can help you with, something that no one other than the people that go through this, the post-traumatic stress disorder that we're talking about, nobody can help you through this if you're not ready. And so how do you get ready? You get ready by talking to people like me. You get ready by talking to people that have gone through it. You get ready by seeing what you're going through, understanding the magnitude of it, realizing that this is difficult, but it's going to be more difficult if you stay there. You know, it's difficult to walk the path of getting back to realizing I need to go home, I need to understand, I need to feel this thing. You know, even though you want to do it, you can't get up and do it. And so it's difficult, but it is more difficult if you stay there. And so I want to help people realize that whatever it is that you're stuck in, whatever it is that you're caught up in, you might not be stuck in Canada for 20 years like I was, but you might be stuck in different things where you don't know what you want to do with your life. And that is why I did the work. That is why I'm here. That is why I'm continuing to raise awareness, because I believe that once we know what we want in life, once we are able to share these things that hold us back, the next thing is the actions are just automatic. The actions are automatic. What's stopping us is the fact that we do not even know what we want. And so I hope to do that by sharing my story, but also by sharing what I had initially prepared in terms of where do we go? How did I go from where I was to where I am? It didn't just happen overnight. I did work. You know, I researched. I understood what I was going through, but also I put a lot of those research into motion, and I added to understand in order to be where I am today. There's a lot of things I had to really overlook because I had to, but there's a lot of things that I looked at also because I had to, and those are the things that I hope to share with you. And so I just wanted to take this time to update you, all of you, whether you're in Canada, Europe, here in Rwanda, that I am continuing. Of course, the updates haven't been as often, as frequent as I would like them to be. If you don't see my updates, it's not because I'm chilling somewhere on the river swimming, or on the beach. No, I'm still here. The journey continues. It's just that when certain things don't work out, I usually keep going. I never stop and dwell on whether, this didn't work out. I keep going, and where I land is where I'm supposed to. And so I hope you're still with us. We will soon be updating you on the different things, including the Center for Healing in Canada. We'll be updating you, of course, on the documentary. And I will personally be updating you as to when I'm returning to Canada, and everything else that is coming in the near future. So with that, I thank you once again for everything, for being with us on this journey, and for sharing. This I can't say this enough. We need to continue sharing these messages. I know I keep seeing a lot of different things that are useless being shared and people liking it, it's having millions of views. I get it. Those are like guilty pleasures that we do. But we need to sometimes push these little pieces in there as well. Allow people to see this, because I know there are people that need to see this. And so please do share and just keep pushing the word, because healing must happen, development must happen. Rwanda has already taken that step, and hopefully everybody else will follow. So with that, I thank you. Have a good one. Peace.